Politicians love to talk about roadmaps, and generals speak of strategy, entrepreneurs speak of vision. But the record shows that for all the Badenoch bluster, the civilization is as often wrecked by blunders as it is built by design. The Parthenon, this is a story which, the anniversary of which has just passed. The Parthenon, which I know quite well. I used to live under the shade of the Parthenon in Platea Merikis in Athens, and I think I only ever once went up to the Parthenon, and that was late at night when it was free, and even then I don't think I got up to the top. But it is a great monument to our shared history, and it had stood intact for 2,000 years through earthquakes, wars, and religious change, until one bad military decision turned it into a ruin. And this week, Kemi Badenoch joins that ignoble tradition, a politician making a show of strength while in fact proving that careless calculation can destroy more than it builds. In September 1687, the Venetian commander Francesco Morosini besieged the Ottoman-held Athens during the Marian War. The war was almost irrelevant. The Ottomans had garrisoned the Acropolis and disastrously used the Parthenon as a gunpowder store. Morosini's forces set up mortars on the surrounding hills, and on the night of the 26th of September, one bomb fell cleanly through the roof and hit the powder. In an instant, the cella collapsed, the roof blew off, columns fell, Phidias's frieze shattered, 300 people died, and Athens burned. Morosini astonishingly called it a fortunate shot, a miracle. It gained Venice nothing lasting. Within a year the Ottomans were back, but it permanently mutilated one of humanity's greatest monuments. The Venetian accident began 3 centuries of further folly. Looters carried off fragments, Lord Elgin hacked off whole sculptures under a murky Ottoman permit and shipped them back to London to what is now the British Museum. Britain still clings to those marbles, making the Parthenon a global symbol of cultural loss and diplomatic wrangling. Greece has spent the last 50 years painstakingly documenting, matching, reassembling stones in the Acropolis restoration project, a slow, expensive attempt to mitigate one night's stupidity. Kemi Badenoch's promise to pull Britain out of the European Convention on Human Rights is framed as bold strategy, protecting borders, veterans and citizens. In fact, it is a political siege engine pointed at our own civil fabric. She once admitted quitting the ECHR was no silver bullet. Now, under pressure from Reform UK and her restless backbenchers, she has embraced it as a gesture of toughness. It is not a plan. It is a shot fired in anger with little thought for what might blow apart. Hard-won protections for Britain's individuals, Britain's standing in Europe, the delicate legal mortar that binds devolution and the Good Friday Agreement. Like Morosini, she may one day call the shot fortunate, but history will probably call it foolish. The Parthenon teaches a sobering truth. 2 millennia of endurance can be undone in one moment of misjudgment. The work of repair takes centuries and never fully succeeds. The same is true of constitutional and human rights architecture. Badenoch is not defending Britain, she is gambling with its structural integrity. Breaking is swift, rebuilding, as Athens shows, is the slow, costly labour of generations. History is not mainly a tale of master plans. It is littered with the wreckage of confident people who didn't think hard enough before they fired.